And this community and surrounding communities have done a tremendous job, actually, in sustaining some conserved lands. But what is your perspective on those efforts and its relationship to livable communities, if you will?
Well, the Eastern Shore has been great. About a third of our rural lands are permanently protected, and I think the region buys in. And actually, I think it was Boyd who said, you know, if you ask people what they want, they wouldn't know what to say. Well, I disagree. And I think it was actually Robin's father that led us through sort of this vision process for the Eastern Shore back in the very early 90s. And we came up with a vision that I think still resonates today, and the language of it is a place where our towns are vibrant and well-defined, which is John's part, where our farms, forests, and fisheries are thriving, so there's an economic component to our rural landscape, and where our rural landscapes are protected. So we stay a rural area, but we have the European model of vibrant small towns. So I think there is a consensus over here about that. It's just getting there is the hard part. But the one thing that kept coming back to me as I read the book again, I think it's the third time, this time was really great sadness that Jim Rouse tried to do this on Wye Island instead of in Centerville. You know, because if we would have had that kind of creative, open, really broadly socio-economically diverse kind of vision that could be targeted towards Centerville back then, we wouldn't have had the comprehensive plan that tried to download all the density onto Kent Island, a place that's not really a sustainable place to grow, as we've seen with this increasing hurricane severity around here. So I think, you know, in our organization, we debate mostly over beer all the time. So why is Queen Anne's County so different than the other counties? Because Queen Anne's County is really our poorest planned county by almost any measure over here on the shore. It's our most difficult county to do land conservation. There's the most vitriolics in any development battle. And we never understood that. I'm not saying we do now, but I think this dynamic of never when the comp plan sort of shifted density to Kent Island and some political power back there, and it pushed back and forth. So I think it's been an unsettled county for a long time without a vision. I think that's part of it, but it really is sad. I think it could have been a different Queen Anne's County today with much, much stronger towns if Jim Rouse would have gone to Centerville and brought that there. I think there's a real wisdom in how the landscape was originally settled. Even prior to European settlement, the Native Americans were settling in places like Cambridge and Centerville and Easton. Those were the settlement areas long ago, and I think if we would have paid closer attention to that, instead of thinking we could build new growth areas out on Kent Island in an ecologically sensitive area, or today we're still debating whether to have a new growth area at Chesapeake College versus focusing growth in Centerville, which so you know the debate hasn't gone away, but I think it's a curious place Queen Anne seems to have gotten stuck in, and I don't know the way out there, but I do think if Jim Rouse would have been involved in something in Centerville, it would have been a different place today.
So thank you very much for all of that. Let us open this up to those of you in the audience, and if you would come up.